At this point, I'd like to call William Smith to the mic. William is representing or speaking on behalf of Pax Christi Rhode Island. He's a resident of Jamestown, a former American Peace Corps volunteer in India, a small business owner, and a longtime anti-nuclear activist. William?
I have 4 points to make, and I'll be very brief. First, this war by Russia on Ukraine is a horrible, brutal, and illegal thing. Provocation or not, history or not, there is no possible excuse for shelling and bombing residential areas, using cluster and vacuum bombs, and for crossing an international boundary with military forces. It's wrong when the USA does it, and it's wrong when Russia does it. Second, I want everyone to know that we are definitely not alone here today. In cities all over Europe, all across USA, in places as far afield as Peru, Uruguay, Brazil, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, New Zealand, Kenya, South Africa, Japan, and elsewhere, millions of people are gathering today to condemn this senseless war. Even inside Russia, where news of the war has been banned, people are demonstrating and are facing arrest by Russian police for simply appearing in public. By starting this war, Putin has made a mistake and turned world opinion against him. The Russian people will suffer in coming years, and the Ukrainian people are suffering today. Third, I'd like to ask everyone's help. As you know, this war could any minute escalate into a nuclear exchange. With Quonset targeted, we here in Providence would not escape. So Representative Morales, Potter, and Henries have introduced a resolution in the Rhode Island legislature asking our federal government to pull back from first strike, to cancel planned new nuclear arms, and join the 2021 TPNW treaty as a way to gather support for a worldwide process of dismantling nuclear weapons. The Rhode Island political leadership has pulled a fast one by scheduling the committee hearing on short notice for this Tuesday this week. We need to show widespread support for these common sense actions to control and get rid of nuclear weapons. So I respectfully request everyone here to take a copy of this flyer. There it is. I'm going to pass it around and testify to this committee hearing. You can testify. You can testify in person, or you can testify by submitting a written testimony, and the information's on this flyer. And if you do this, please send us your email address so that we can continue to contact you as this important legislation moves through the political process. I'd like to end with some positive thoughts. I was listening to NPR radio this week, and they were interviewing Bill McKibben. He had an interesting suggestion. Everyone knows that Putin's military is supported by income from Russia's huge sales of oil and gas, particularly the gas that heats homes in Germany and all over Europe. McKibben's suggestion is that the USA could use the Defense Production Act to ask U.S. corporations to fabricate millions of modern heat pumps quickly and export them to Europe before next winter so that they could heat buildings and homes there. This would reduce the need for Russian fossil fuels, which would be a great way to help limit climate change. What a nifty way to bring the peace and climate movements together. Yeah! And both U.S. and Russian corporations might realize that they can make more profits making heat pumps, solar panels, wind turbines, and megawatt battery banks than tanks, planes, and bombs. Thank you.